Big plays from the East Coast, touchdowns and home runs, slam dunks and long run athletes and sports junkies. If you got the knowledge, come get you some. Call in, let me hear your thoughts. Sound mad, get your team low. Jerry Jones, cause I'm the ball. Call in, let me hear your thoughts. Crazy, Jack. Yeah. Black on.
Woo, it's Monday, and it's 8 o'clock, and you're tuned in to the dopest sports show on radio. It's The Crush, right here on Sensation Station Network. I am your humble co-host, Glaze, and with me, as always, is Maceo Hurd. What's happening, Hurd?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, we got a great show for you guys today. A lot going on. Great week for sports right here. NBA playoffs.
Ooh,
NFL draft.
the MRI, baby.
Big news coming out of Golden State. A lot of stuff going on today. We're going to talk a lot about it today. But before we get started, man, we have to do it. Everybody's talked about it. We have to talk about it. Rest in peace to one of the greatest, man.
Oh, my God.
One of the greatest, man.
Hey, man, you know, I had to share a lot of my Prince moments with everybody.
Yeah.
I really used to want to dress like Prince. You know, I felt like I needed to share that with everybody.
You talk about the racket and everything, but dress too?
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, that mountains video. Not the mountains. Whichever one with the cloud outfit on. I really wanted that outfit. Yeah, I really wanted that outfit. Yes, man. Listen, when Prince did the Beautiful Ones, like, I shared it, and like, that's the beauty of having your mom and dad on Facebook also. My mom was like, she could remember me like jumping off her sofa, doing Let's Go Crazy. Now, I never told nobody this. My grandmother had a piano downstairs in the basement. The Let's Go Crazy video, when he does the part where he goes start playing the piano with his foot, I used to try that every day. So, I stood on top of the piano, man, in my grandma's house.
It's one of them things, man, when you lose an artist like this, an artiste.
One of the best, dude.
He did it all, man. Musician, could write music,
man,
play 20 instruments.
27 instruments.
I mean, I can't believe it.
Because,
you always, even when you didn't see Prince, you're going to see him 2 or 3 times a year on some show or something. You got to look at it.
It is a few love letters I wrote in my lifetime that were all Prince lyrics. Yeah.
One of the greatest, man. One of the greatest, man. And you will be missed, bro. I promise you.
Man.
But we know you got about 1,000 songs stored.
See, so more than 1,000, dude. More than 1,000. We're
going to be listening to Prince to the end of time.
This guy say he wrote a song a day.
Yeah. And like he said, he asked about Oprah one time, what you want to be remembered for? He said, for the music. And you definitely will be, bro. Hey, man. Got a great show for you guys. Got our Hot Topics Crushing interview. We got some guys with NFLPA up in here as well as the Vice President of Public Relations for Comcast in the building. We're going to talk about what's going on with them. We're
going to be in the hood this week.
Yep. Got the Crush rundown, really. Talk a little NFL draft. We got to talk this NBA, too, because big change. And I got to ask you a question about, does it change the West with this news?
Oh, like a move.
We're going to talk about that a lot.
Like a move.
We got to do our Crush recap, and then we're going to talk about it. Hey, man, Maceo, I think we may have a caller, buddy.
Hey, man, the phone lines are jumping already. If she can get it plugged in. Hey, caller, what are you crushing on?
Oh, I'm crushing on the show.
What's happening,
What's up, Mike?
But, man, I sure ain't crushing on the Hawks losing, man. But Prince passed.
Yeah.
Best believe a couple of my really is going to go to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, hurt our feeling.
Yeah. And, I had a conversation about Jeff Teague today. Man, Jeff Teague is not that guy. I keep trying to tell everybody, man. Y'all going to listen to your boy, man.
Yeah, we know that, but, I don't appreciate that Isaiah Thomas either.
Isaiah 5'9".
Hey, man, 5'9", balling, man.
He is that guy.
He put that work on us at 5'9".
All them referees letting that man think he is that guy.
Oh, come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
Sound like your cousin.
Come on, Mike.
You got for LeBron up here.
Hey, I thought you wanted the game called fair. Did I call it fair?
Mike, when you're 6'3" and you can go by everybody in the NBA and you decide to not even get a shot off or like a whack jump shot, no, dude, I'm not rocking with you, man.
All right, Mike, man. Thanks for the love, man. Hey, we got Tuesday, man. We got tomorrow. We'll see what happens, man.
All right.
See you later, buddy. Hey, man, what number did Mike call?
Man, Mike called the show at 678-613-5857.
Well, that was the Crush intro brought to you by Herbal Results. With Herbal Results speak louder than words. You can find out more about Herbal Results at www.herbalresults.biz or call them and place an order at 612-567-3263.
Life, it ain't real funky.
When we come back, we're going into hot topics. Stay with us.
You got that pop.
I am an American soldier. I'm a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place this first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
My mother grew up with Prince, and I remember seeing him outside of a club one night, and he rolled down his window, and I proceeded to be like, hey, and I started to tell him, I know exactly who you are. He's like, you're Tony's son. And I'm like, yeah, one day I want to work with you. He was like, as long as it's without them. And I said, who? And he looked at me, he said, the labels, and rolled up the window and drove off. That's when he was beefing with his label, had a little slave on his face.
Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com, and let Truisms help you to the next level.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch, or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's. It's time to say
Hot topics.
Going to the hot topic brought to you by our man, Dr. Kevin Dancy. If your smile isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Hey, so basically I was kind of torn because I got two hot topics for you.
Okay.
But I got one. We're going to start with this one. Tom Brady got come back. That 4 games, man. What you think about that, bro?
I don't believe it, man.
I don't either.
They need more people, dog. Dude, they not going to suspend Tom Brady.
I looked at this, I'm like, okay, they do it in the offseason again, way before the season started. Now you got all these, what's funny to me is all these guys crying, all his boys, Skip and all them, and Pete from Sports Illustrated. They, no, but Tom.
No, they not going to suspend Tom Brady 4 games, dude. It's not going to happen.
So you know more about the story. Tell them what happened today, man.
Well, the court, they reversed the decision from last year. So now they're saying they're going to uphold his 4-game suspension, which is bull.
Which means it's going to go right back to it. The NFLPA going to line up. Yeah. But you notice everything seemed to happen during the spring, which going to give them 4 months to fight. And right before the season starts, August, September, Tom will be fine again.
But what this happened going on 2 years ago now. Mm-hmm. Why suspend him now?
And why is the NFL fighting it still so much?
Why does it matter?
It's over with. The man that played 16 games.
He played 16 games and played in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, and y'all went and fought that again? Let it go, man.
Let it go, man.
Goodell just wasted some money. So
this was crazy, Glaze. Why not just suspend him for tearing up his phone?
Could have got it easier.
I mean, come on. Clearly you hiding something. Why you destroy your phone? You can't tell me you just destroy your phones, dude.
I'm just looking at this like, they really kept it going? The man done played a whole season.
He played a whole season.
And they made you some real cash.
Oh.
And you still fought this to get him suspended?
Hey, man.
I like the smoke and mirrors in the NFL, but come on, man. Seriously? Might be part of my really, too. Second one I want to talk about, man, Steph's out 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Steph's, the MRI came back as a sprained knee. It's what does they call it? Tier 1 or
Grade 1.
Grade 1. With sprain, which means he got to reevaluated in 2 weeks. So that means he'll be out those 2 weeks. With this happening, do you think they have enough to still beat the Clippers?
No.
Not even Clippers?
No.
Wow.
And the reason I say that is because now all the focus can go on Clay. And you're going to basically say, Clay, you're done. I can run 2-3 people at Clay now. Because now Steph opens up the floor. Now you don't have to worry about that.
I still ain't a believer in the Clippers, though.
Dude.
Blake and Drape and dude with the hair now. I can't even say your name no more.
Who?
The mama in the State Farm commercial.
Oh yeah, man.
DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris looks like he's on fire a little bit right now.
You know how I feel about that guy.
I know, but you putting all that together.
But think about how much easier his job is now. We don't have to guard Steph.
He's gonna have to deal with Barbosa. AI to start a little bit.
Hey,
what's gonna mean this for Golden State? We're gonna see if he's gonna step up. Is what the kid done before they gonna do.
Barnes.
Yeah, let's see what he
Listen,
do.
Number 30 ain't walking through that though.
Nah.
And this people, don't base what you saw against the Rockets. The Rockets threw in the towel.
They are
they done.
They a mess.
They are done.
And that's like the biggest mess I've seen. I mean,
they're done.
You got two all-star guys on your team. That's a decent squad to be getting beat like that.
Yeah,
at home.
They're done.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm still not a firm believer in the Clippers yet. They get into the second round. Blake is trying to get back. I mean, I think 6 or 7.
Dude, all bets off. Without 30, all bets off.
I know for sure they won't beat San Antonio without him.
No. And this, understand this about his injury also. That's low side that they're saying, and that's rushing him back. Dude, anybody who's ever had a knee injury, dude, you have to have so much confidence in your knee.
Yeah.
Dude, my knee took me out of all the summer camp.
It collapsed him, too. He collapsed on that knee.
Bruh.
It wasn't no regular, he cried when he was in tears.
Anybody who's ever had a knee injury, when they saw him grab that knee like that, they knew what it was.
Yeah, he hurt that knee.
Now,
sprained knees ain't nothing to come back quick from.
Now, if you don't know nothing about knee injuries, then, he walked off. Dude, when he got back in line, when they talking about he cried in the locker room, he knew.
What people don't understand about it, everybody think walking off means something. Kobe walked off with a torn Achilles. How many kids you don't see walk off with ACL tears?
Dude, Jamal Charles ran to the locker room on a torn ACL,
if
dude.
If you tear ACL, you can walk off.
Yes.
That don't mean that.
But you can't cut. You can't stop and start. And that's Steph's game. That's his game.
That crossover going to be a lot slower, or not at all.
Dude,
if he come back too early, he's going to end up being a standstill shooter.
And this is what people don't understand. When he comes back, people going to find out how good your knee is. They going to bang you.
Anybody if he go to the hole,
they going to knock you down.
You going to fall a lot, Steph. Because they know now you got a kryptonite.
Dude, I'm going to step in front of you and make you jump off that knee. I'm going to find out, can you move?
And that's what everybody been saying about Steph for years is, okay, he's been doing well, no injuries last year. He had a great year.
Yeah.
Them ankles came back to haunt him, and I think that still has something to do with his knee, too, because he might have came back too early.
Dude, it was no need to play him in this series.
Houston's terrible.
You can beat Houston without Steph.
They had a great game. That's it. They won't have another one ever again.
Yeah.
And when you brought him back early, he had to compensate. And what happened? The knee went out. And now you might be out for the whole playoffs, which means your run might be over with.
Hey, man. Hey, but they did win 73 games.
Yeah.
Got it. They got the record.
Yeah.
They won 73. So they can look back on that.
So it's 73 without a title, though.
Hey, man, listen. Years from now, the further I tell you, time do you well. You'll look back and be like, dog, it was. Look how long the record stood.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for somebody to go 74-8.
You know what I always remember when they always talk about that team that won 33 straight games. I think it was the Rockets, maybe back in the day. They say, but they didn't win a title.
Yeah, I mean they can always throw the extra. Do you know how hard it was for the New England Patriots to go 16-0 in a football season? Now it's still a great accomplishment.
They went 18-0, man.
It's dude. Until somebody else run the table in the regular season, dude, it's a heck of a feat. It's a heck of a compliment.
Man. Hey, Steph, No hate, man. Hope you come back, boy. You're doing a lot for the league, man, but don't come back too early. You're still a young cat.
Oh, yeah. You are killing me with this Prince.
The Crush Rundown brought to you by, I'm sorry, she done messed me up. Hot Topic brought to you by Kevin Dancy. If your smile has been coming to you, you should be coming to us, Dr. Dancy. Dentistry for 15 years. Call them make an appointment, 678-836-2118.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? You know, travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Coming to you live from Sensation Station. Listen to The Crush, you get a rush. Live with Stacey Harris, the best radio station online. Peace. Roll Tide.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician. This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really? He had no idea just how many. I can't believe it. This one looks good. Peter is thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner? See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
Going to the crushing interview brought to you by the committee to elect Warren Robinson, Fulton County Superior Court. We all win with Warren Robinson. Election day is May 24th, but early voting starts on May 2nd. Elect Ron Robinson, Fulton County Superior Court clerk. Macy, who we got in the building, sir?
Oh, man. Talking about big timers in the game out here, man.
No.
Yeah, come on, Alex. You got to give us some love on that, man. We have a great event going on this weekend at Ben Hill, man. We are going to get out with Comcast, NFLPA, and we're going to clean up the community. And the guy who's spearheading this event, Alex Horowitz, is in the building. Alex, what's going on, brother?
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Hey, man.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Welcome to
Glad
the show.
to have you.
Good to be here.
Yes, sir.
So talk to us about this Comcast Care event that's going on this weekend.
So, biggest corporate volunteer event in the country. Happens once a year, and Saturday's the big day. It's actually the 15th anniversary. Mm-hmm. So, it's across the country. It's a huge deal. Thousands of employees, their families, their friends, their neighbors. They all get together. They volunteer. They roll their sleeves up. Mm-hmm. And this year we made Ben Hill our #1 event for the whole state of Georgia.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Wow.
That's what's up.
What came down? How did it come down to we're going to do Ben Hill?
Every year we take a real hard look at, where the resources are needed. Where do people need to be? Where the volunteerism, the beautification, where does it need to happen the most? And Ben Hill's, it's a great place, and it's a place that needs a little bit of help right now. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So it was really a no-brainer for us. Now, we've got 6 other projects around the city, but Ben Hill's the place that we're really focused on, so we got a couple hundred volunteers. And then we're also hooked up with Battle of the Trenches. So we got some guys from the NFL, current and past. They're going to be there, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
So how many years have y'all been doing this again?
15.
15.
And, yeah.
And it changes. Now, throughout the state of Georgia, where are some of the places outside of this year been here? What other places have y'all been?
Yeah, we're going to be in Augusta. We're going to be in Savannah. We're going to go all the way up toward, where Chattanooga hits the border. Mm-hmm. From end to end, we're going to be there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did Comcast make this a priority as far as their community initiatives?
You know, the company was founded a little over 50 years ago, and the person who founded it in Tupelo, Mississippi, Ralph Roberts, said that, you know, it's great to make money, but you got to give it back. You got to be able to do something for the community and not just benefit from it. So if we serve a community, whether it's here or anywhere else across the country, we're going to be there, and we're going to be volunteering. It could be painting, landscaping, it could be food banks, it could be clothing drives, blood drives, you name it. But what's cool is it's something for everybody. So no matter who you are or what you're good at, I'm a horrible painter, so they're going to find, you don't want me painting anything, but they'll find something for me to do, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So how has volunteering been this year and in past with the community and some of these things y'all been doing?
No, it's awesome. You know, the cool thing I always say is you show up and you see what it looks like beforehand, and then after about 4 hours, you turn around as you're walking to your car, and it looks like a different place. So it doesn't matter who you are. If you're an employee or a friend or a neighbor or whatever it is, you can take pride in doing something like that. It makes a difference. You know, and a lot of times we work with community partners, so they're looking at it and saying, we could never have done all this stuff. We could never have afforded the cans of paint or, you know, the landscaping services or whatever it is. So, you know, we all live here. This is our town, and it's the right thing to do.
How did you guys get hooked up with the NFLPA?
You know, that's a pretty cool story. We have a long-standing partnership with them. We probably haven't done enough with them, to be honest with you. So we took a look at that and said, you know, what can we align with? Sometimes you don't have to invent the event. You can sometimes align with something that's already in play. Right. And so these guys, you know, Brandon and Anthony and those guys, they have a great cause. They're doing awesome things in the community. So we came in and we said, tell us, you know, what we can do to help. And so they're going to have all their guys out there. And it's going to be a blast.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice event. So for the people out there who want to volunteer still, there's still time, correct?
There is.
So what can some of the things can they do to volunteer and help out in the community?
Well, first thing they could do is go to comcastinthecommunity.com. And you can, it's pretty cool the way they have it now, because it's like you can type in where you live and tell, you know, what kinds of things you like to do, and it'll find a project for you, something in your neighborhood, something down the street, whatever it is. Most of the projects run a half day, so it's not a huge time commitment.
Right.
And then, you know, from there, you just make sure you show up on time and be ready to have some fun and do some work.
Now, I saw where it seems like you guys give out some pretty cool T-shirts at these events. Tell them about the T-shirt.
You're making me realize I should have brought T-shirts.
We ain't going to say nothing, but you can't empty-handed, so we can't.
Well, no, we're not worried about it, because I know we're going to get a good one Saturday. So I'm good.
You know you will.
Yeah, it's the divas over there. It's...
Right.
They worried, the diva worried about
that. He was
that.
a receiver over there, too.
So, yeah, the diva is worried about the T-shirt. But, yeah, tell them about the T-shirts.
T-shirts are green, and they are real easy to spot. So if you're driving around and you're looking for your event, you see a bunch of green shirts, you know you've come to the right place.
Oh, that ain't go right down.
Yeah.
That's you missed those shirts. You really ain't been looking.
But, you know, the other cool thing is one of the things I do is I work with the media, like you guys, and I try to sort of help spread the word with the TV stations and the radio. And I was talking today to, you know, the NBC and the Fox affiliates, and they're all coming. You know, it barely took anything to sell it. Normally there's a big sell process, but they're like, we're all over this. What can we do? When do you need us? So it's real, you know.
We're going to be there as well. So
that is beautiful, man.
Appreciate your support, too.
We can't wait.
Get involved in the community, everybody.
Thank you so much for coming on. Can you
pleasure.
Please tell people where they can find out and where we're going to be at and all that stuff this weekend?
Yeah, well, go to comcastinthecommunity.com, and we're going to be at the Ben Hill Rec Center starting at 8:30.
In the SWATs, everybody. Yeah. Southwest Atlanta.
So I don't want to hit nothing. Like, ain't nobody. No, we'll be there. Y'all can be there, too. Just go to it. Amen.
Campbellton and Fairburn Road, baby. If you don't know what that is, move from Atlanta.
Yeah. Alex, we appreciate it so much, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. When we come back, man, we got some NFL players in here, too. So stay with us. It's a crush.
Want to see who's in the network?
Don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with Babe all day.
Follow us on Instagram at Sensation Station Network. We're the nation's urban station. Radio, not dumbed down.
Did you know that Lions Clubs International has been collecting used eyeglasses for years? Lions members take the donated glasses, classify them by prescription, and redistribute them to needy people all over the world. Each year, Over 1 million pairs of eyeglasses are given to those who may not be able to afford proper eye care. Take a look around your house. I'm sure you'll find at least one pair of glasses that no longer fits your prescription. Someone, somewhere, can use those glasses. Lions clubs everywhere urge you to take the time to find your old glasses and then take them to the convenient drop-off sites in your community. This message brought to you by Lions Clubs International.
Get away from me. Nobody likes you. You smell and you're stupid.
Are you tired of hearing those words in your day-to-day humdrum life? Are you uninteresting, tired, and suffer from bad posture? Well, one night at Sensational Celebrity Happy Hour can change all that. Be popular, be admired, be the man. Men will want to be you, and women be with you.
I love you guys.
Speaking of women, the SSN Happy Hour can do wonders for you, too.
Since I started lip-syncing at Red Martini Lounge, I now know how to hold a mic right. Isn't that right, guys?
3179 Peachtree Road in Atlanta. We got you covered. Lip sync and dating games and so much more. It's the most fun you can have legally after your hard day at work. The Sensational Celebrity Happy Hour. This Friday, doors open at 5 p.m. at Red Martini Lounge.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future.
You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life.
Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
You're my boy!
It's the Crush.
On
SSNATL.com.
Thank you, sir.
When Dove's traffic, he all humble. See, man, he just, Hey, man, we're back.
I was supposed to do the dance. How can you just leave me standing?
We're doing our second part of our interview right now.
I'm gonna do the dance.
Question interview. Maceo, can you please, before you interview these gentlemen, man?
No, not yet, man. I'm ready. Okay. No, I'm really for real, man. Look here, man. So, okay. So Anthony Smith is here, Julius Williams is here, and Brandon Lane. They're in the building. And of course, I'm not gonna say it because he said he was a Cowboy fan, so I ain't gonna hold it against him anymore. But you know, when you play for the Steelers, you know how I feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey man,
I'm gonna let you go ahead and go ahead and ask for a question. I feel a little better now.
All right, man. So draft day is coming up, man. First of all, man, what's your name again, man?
Julius Williams.
Thank you, Julius.
Yes,
God, you weren't paying attention?
All right, coming from UConn, you was undrafted, man. So let me ask you, I always want to ask guys who went play in the league.
Right.
So when you went in, you was undrafted. How was draft day for you at that time?
It was horrible because I thought, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, because I had been told third round up until that day, you know. So I'm
thinking, they hit you with the third round.
So the second round come, I'm like, I'm getting comfortable. I'm like, yeah, you know, my whole family calling me, everybody getting hyped up, you know. So it was a very unfortunate situation to kind of fall through the draft, but I mean, it gave me a chip on my shoulder, I guess. You know? So.
Yeah, like you, pretty big fella, so big old chip that was on your shoulder, man.
Right.
So what about you, man? Tell us your story. You went through that draft process. How was it for you?
You got drafted.
Yeah, I actually got drafted.
Yeah.
In the third round, it was pretty cool.
Did you have a party with it?
No, I didn't, man. I was actually at home. I was in my room, and I was a top safety coming out, so it was like between the first and the
right.
First day. So, you know, I had actually got a call from Coach Coward towards the end of the first round, after they had made their first pick, and he told me if I wasn't taken already, they would get me on the next pick. But they actually ended up drafting up in the first round against Antonio Holmes, so that left me to the third round, which left me at the second pick. But they came back and got me. I was still there, so you know, Bill called me back, and that was that. And before my family knew it. I was on the phone up there with him, and then my name went scrolling across. The house went crazy, but
yeah,
it was good though.
So back to this man right here. So you don't get the draft. So you go with that chip. What was camp like for you when you walked up in there?
I mean, I was pissed off, man. Honestly, I was mad at the world. You know what I'm saying? It was, cause I mean, you know how it is, man. You go through college and you're a top player, like Ed was saying, and I think I was top 5 in like every drill, you know, pro day and combine. I mean, all of that. So I just knew. The last thing in my mind was thinking that I was not, you know, going to be drafted. But,
so what was it that they said? The reason why you didn't? What was some of the things you were hearing?
Well, I mean, I heard different stuff. A lot of people said injuries. You know, I already had 2 ACL tears in the same leg, you know, before the draft. You know, so I think that was a big reason.
Right.
You know, some people said that I didn't play hard every play. You know, which was kind of crazy because I didn't see that in myself. But yeah, it was different. I think a big thing was just the injuries. You know, people didn't really know how I would respond to having 2 different ACL tears in the same leg.
Man, answer this for me real quick. You guys getting ready for the draft and just the process. These guys, the male Kuipers, who've never played the game.
Right.
I mean, to hear them like, you'd be crazy not to read what they're saying about you. I mean, how does that make you feel? Just sound like, dude, you never wore shoulder pads.
Honestly, that has been something that throughout my career and my life, I have always stuck to that. Like, I have more respect for people who have actually put on the pads and have been out there and played the game rather than somebody who went to school for broadcasting and now you think you an expert on this game that you ain't never touched the.
Because the crazy thing is, they have weight these days. You know what I'm saying? So you hear Kuiper say, first round, all that. Right. So when you get to Jacksonville, you're down there. Go to Jacksonville, you get down there, and you play. And the reason why, I'm liking this, we got 2 guys who were undrafted. We got 1 guy who was drafted, but all played. You know what I'm saying? And you see these kids. When you talk to people today about you getting down there and you got to Jacksonville and what you did, what's some of the things you tell them about? Just because you don't hear your name, don't mean it's over.
Right. I mean, it's about how you respond to it. You know, you can look at it like I didn't get drafted, like nobody wants me. Or you can look at it like I'm going to make everybody want me when I get there. Now, that's kind of the attitude I took. Like, when I got there, they already, at my position, they had a first rounder and a second rounder, who had been drafted the year before.
Right.
So my deal was I wanted to take their spot. I knew they was first rounder and second rounder, but I wanted to start. I didn't want to just be here, an undrafted free agent guy who was supposed to barely make the team. I wanted to make the team, and I wanted to play. I wanted to actually start. So that was my deal. Like, I always seen myself as a guy who was supposed to be drafted. And Jack Del Rio and Coach Monachino, who was my position coach at the time, they did a good job of when I got there of telling me that, you are a guy who was supposed to be drafted. You're not like a regular, free agent guy.
Like talking to you.
Yeah, so they was like, look, man, we expect you to contribute to this team just as well as a second or third round guy. Cause he was like, we said you was a guy who we were lucky to have you. We fell through the draft. We didn't think you would be there. So he was basically, I felt at home when I got there because of the way they accepted me.
And the thing is, both of you guys went to what they consider like basketball schools.
Right.
How was football there? They said you at UConn, you at Syracuse. Just Boeheim, we it's our season.
I mean, that's to for most people who don't know, it's perceived as a basketball school, but for the people who actually know the history, the Jim Browns, the Ernie Littles, and the Jerry Mackeys and all those guys, the Dwight Freeney's, and so we put out plenty.
D. McNabb, we balling too.
plenty.
We got talent up here, man.
We got talent. Side, so yeah, it's plenty on that. And then to go back to what y'all was just talking about not getting your name heard, for all the young people listening, man. Just because you get drafted somewhere, that's just a spot you get drafted. That don't mean that's where you stand at. That's just where you coming in on the team. I done seen plenty of first round and second round guys on their last 1 or 2 years, and get put out, the spots taken by guys undrafted and stuff like that. So, you know, you just, like you said, you got to keep fighting, man.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, man, we're going to talk to these gentlemen. And a little bit later, man, we're bringing in Brandon Lane.
Yeah,
too,
Brandon, don't think you.
Don't fall over there. You went to Troy, man. We got to talk to you when you get up there, man. So stay with
Mom, Dad, guess what? Now you're always talking to me about not doing drugs like pot and ecstasy and cocaine, how they're dangerous and illegal. Well, you don't have to worry anymore. My friends and I have found a much better way to get high. And you'll be happy to know it's not even illegal. Nice, huh? Want to know what we're doing? All right, I'll tell you. We use cough medicine. Seriously, the stuff in the medicine cabinet. You didn't notice it was missing? Oh, well, I guess lucky for me then.
Last year, more than 2 million teens risked blackouts, seizures, even comas, intentionally abusing ordinary cough medicine, the kind in virtually every home in America. Never heard of it? Bet your kids have.
And it's got to be safe, because it's medicine, right?
When you talk to your kids about drugs, make sure you start with the ones in the medicine cabinet. Need help getting the conversation started? Go to drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And at the end of the day, the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. So United Way is asking you to make a pledge. Tutor a child who needs help. Mentor a kid who needs someone on their side. Volunteer to read to children. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Be a reader, tutor or mentor. Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Take the pledge now at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of our United States. Most people know him as a man of great wisdom and vision. What many don't realize, however, is that when it came to finding late-model sedans at government auctions, or even looking up a zip code, Mr. Lincoln's wisdom was sadly lacking. In fact, the citizens of that day knew it best not to even ask. Fortunately, now there's firstgov.gov, the official place to turn when you need information about federal, state, and local government. Whether it's how to get a student loan, renew your passport, or even apply for a small business loan. All three of which, as numerous historians have noted, were remarkably absent from Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. So go to firstgov.gov. Who knows? If Abe had it in his day, he could have checked out an auction and traded that drafty log cabin for a nice condo on Maui. Firstgov.gov, a monumental source of useful information.
This is Judge Hatchet, and you're listening to The Crush on SSNATL.com.
killing it today, boy. Roddick City. We're back. We're still with our NFL players.
She ain't got no purple on, though. But did you wear purple?
Oh, okay.
I was just asking.
Julius Williams in here with us, man. So I was talking to you about a little bit about the break. So how do you get Julius to Connecticut, man?
Yeah, man. I get asked that a lot, actually. Well, it really was a process because, like I said, I got hurt, actually, as a junior in high school. I only played in 2 games. It was a pretty good 2 games that I played in, but I was,
good 2 games.
Yeah, but I was, I think I had like 6 sacks in 2 games. But I was done for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So my recruiting process, a lot of guys get most of your offers, you know, as a junior.
Mm-hmm. True.
From your junior season. So I didn't get a chance to go, you know, Super 11. I didn't get a chance to go All-State, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the guys, you know, Brandon Lanes of the world, you know, who got a chance to to do that down here in Georgia, you know, my recruiting process kind of failed a little bit. Like I was still getting recruited, but UConn was one of those schools that kind of stuck with me through the whole process. Like I was talking to your Georgias, Georgia Techs, you know, your Alabamas, your Miamis, but they kind of was hesitant, you know, to go ahead and put that offer on the table because everybody was like, "How does your knee feel?" You know, and back then, like I was on Medicaid, you know, so when I had surgery, they didn't give me a real good brace. I got like kind of an aftermarket brace, you know, so I looked pretty bad, you know, on the field like as a senior with that
used product.
Yeah, exactly. See, I was you had to be on Medicaid, so I was I had a good season, but I didn't look great, you know, and the brace didn't really protect my knee as good, you know. So I think I had a real good season, but UConn was one of those teams that kind of stuck with me the whole time, and I got like 10 offers within like the last 2 weeks of signing day, you know, because everybody kind of was, you know, came in late. But I stuck with UConn because they was with me the whole time. I got a real good relationship with my recruiting coach, and I just kind of stuck it in with them.
Hey, man, we about to take another break. We're going to get Brendan on because we got to talk to him, and then we're going to talk about the event y'all got coming up this week as well. So stay with us, man. It's The Crush.
Did you know that Lions Clubs International has been collecting used eyeglasses for years? Lions members take the donated glasses, classify them by prescription, and redistribute them to needy people all over the world. Each year, over 1 million pairs of eyeglasses are given to those who may not be able to afford proper eye care. Take a look around your house. I'm sure you'll find at least one pair of glasses that no longer fits your prescription. Someone, somewhere, can use those glasses. Lions Clubs everywhere urge you to take the time to find your old glasses and then take them to the convenient drop-off sites in your community. This message brought to you by Lions Clubs International.
Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com, and let Truisms help you to the next level.
My mother grew up with Prince, and I remember seeing him outside of a club one night, and he rolled down his window, and I proceeded to be like, hey, and I started to tell him, I know exactly who you are. He's like, you're Tony's son. And I'm like, yeah, one day I want to work with you. He was like, as long as it's without them. And I said, who? And he looked at me, he said, the labels, and rolled up the window and drove off. That's when he was beefing with his label, had a little slave on his face.
We're back doing our thing right now with the NFLPA players, Julius Williams, Anthony Smith, and now we got on the mic with us Brandon Lang. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Appreciate it.
Homeboy. So again, man, go ahead and tell your story, man.
Tucker high.
So you on draft day, you sitting there by the phone and undrafted, man. Talk about that day, dog.
That day, that was a disappointing day, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You know, you work so hard as a kid, you know. Work your whole life through park ball, middle school, high school, and you finish up in college. And just like Julius was saying, you know, you read all these boards about where you're going to fall at. I'm going to fall here in the second round. I'm going to fall here in the first round. And then your name don't get called at all. So, you know, it's kind of like a disappointment. Yeah. You know, you got your family sitting around and, you know, people excited because they're expecting you to get drafted. But, you know, your name never gets called. But, you know, at the end, you know, there is that free agency to come in, priority free agency, and I was blessed to get picked up by San Diego and took advantage of my opportunity.
Yeah, because go ahead, man.
That's not a bad place to be.
Oh no,
perfect weather conditions.
Oh yeah. Hey, perfect everything. Perfect everything.
I heard them prices were perfect too, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. And you gonna pay to live out there. Yeah. Everything costs.
So when you was at Troy, man, you were doing your thing at Troy University and all that, man. Describe, because Troy gets getting some love now.
They're coming on up in the world.
Yeah. Troy, man. Troy's a small town, and you'll run right through it. You won't even know you went through Troy. It's that small, but you know, it was a blessing to me, man. I came out of high school. You know, I signed a scholarship to Georgia. I didn't qualify academically, so I ended up going to a prep school. Spent a semester there, leaving there, and headed to Troy. You know, and that was one of the best decisions of my life, man, because Troy was, like I say, a small town, country, ain't nothing to do. I'm a city boy. And,
I can focus.
I can focus.
I can focus. And the funny part about that, because a lot of kids don't really understand the grind that it takes to come from a prep school, because, like, say, you were going to Georgia. Now I'm not qualified. Just how was your mindset going into that prep school, knowing I got to do what I got to do to get up out of here?
Right. I mean, it was a lot of pressure, man. It was a lot of pressure because, you know, you see guys qualifying here and there. You know, you take the SAT, you know, once a month, and, you know, you start to see guys get their scores, and you're just like, man, when I'm gonna get mine? You know, I'm ready to get up out of here. You know, it's like it's a military school. You know, you're waking up 5 o'clock in the morning, getting instructed by kids that's younger than you. You know, and they telling you to tuck your shirt in, and when to go brush your teeth. You like, nah, man, it's time to go. It's time to go start my life in college.
So guys, we got to have y'all all back, man. But y'all all here because there's a special thing y'all doing. Talk about this event that's going on Thursday, man.
We're doing the Comcast Care Day Saturday, April 30th at Ben Hill Park and Recreation. We're doing a park beautification. We're going to be giving back with former NFL players and different organizations will be out there. We'll be cleaning up the park, fixing the pavilion, basketball courts, batting cages, picking up trash, just doing our humility for our community.
Yeah. Now, how does that feel for you guys to y'all at the highest level to be able to come back in and give back to the community, Julius?
It feels great, man. I think it's vitally important, you know, for people to see that, and also for the individual, you know, to come back down and show that humility. That just because you're at the top of your game or field doesn't mean, because most of the people that have that attitude like they shouldn't, you know, they don't do great in the world. You know, afterwards, you know, people really don't. You know, humility is huge. You know, like if you're a person without humility, won't go far in life, because once it's over, nobody will want to help you with anything. You know, so I mean, I think it's really, really important. Especially we all come from humble beginnings. Right. So it was always huge for me to get back and give. That's why we do so much, you know, in our communities and neighborhoods now.
Man, we love that, man. So we're going to be there too, man. We can't wait, man.
Appreciate it. Glad to have you.
We're going to be there again, man. But again, man, it's Comcast in the community.
That's it.
.com. Mm-hmm. They're going to be at Ben Hill, people.
Ben Hill.
Ben Hill. Man, you got to come out there and help out, man. Again, man, for you guys, thank you for coming. Any shout-outs y'all want to give real quick?
I need to hang out with Alex. Seems like Alex the guy to hang out with.
Yeah, Alex the man.
Okay,
Alex make it happen. You know.
I want to let y'all know we do a thing at Columbia High School. We would love to have y'all come out every Sunday. We got about 10 players that be out there every Sunday, and we kind of give back to the community.
We're going to have to change some numbers then.
We'll
get them numbers. Let's get some numbers going, man.
Every Sunday from 3 to 5. We have about 60 kids from the neighborhood. We come out and teach them skills and talk to them about life skills.
I'm glad you said that,
how to make it in life. So
we would definitely be there, bro.
Since I'm retired, I can't yell at kids no more, so y'all would like to do that. No doubt.
Thank you, guys. We got to get y'all back on, man. Thank you. Comcast in the community, man. Stay with us. It's The Crush. We'll be right back.
You want to see who's in the network?
Don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day.
Follow us on Instagram at Sensation Station Network. We're the nation's urban station. Radio, not dumbed down.
Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com, and let Truisms help you to the next level.
Mom, Dad, guess what? Now you're always talking to me about not doing drugs like pot and ecstasy and cocaine, how they're dangerous and illegal. Well, you don't have to worry anymore. My friends and I have found a much better way to get high, and you'll be happy to know it's not even illegal. Nice, huh? Want to know what we're doing? All right, I'll tell you. We use cough medicine. Seriously, the stuff in the medicine cabinet. You didn't notice it was missing? Oh, well, I guess lucky for me then.
Last year, more than 2 million teens risked blackouts, seizures, even comas, intentionally abusing ordinary cough medicine, the kind in virtually every home in America. Never heard of it? Bet your kids have.
And it's got to be safe, because it's medicine, right?
When you talk to your kids about drugs, make sure you start with the ones in the medicine cabinet. Need help getting the conversation started? Go to drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And at the end of the day, the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. So United Way is asking you to make a pledge. Tutor a child who needs help. Mentor a kid who needs someone on their side. Volunteer to read to children. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Be a reader. tutor, or mentor. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge now at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
And we're back. Going to that Crush Rundown brought to you by Parish Capital. At Parish Capital, we can help you achieve your financial goals by providing high-quality advisory services and making smart investment decisions. Go to parishcapital.com for more information. You want to start off, man? You want me to, man?
Hey, man, I started off, man.
Go ahead.
John Jones, man, he beats Vince St. Prix, whatever but the name was.
You said it better than me. Man.
Yeah, by unanimous decision, man, at UFC 197. This was his first fight since January 2015.
You know what's funny about John Bones is his family is talented.
Very talented,
Two brothers in the league.
Yes, sir.
One with the Ravens and one with the Patriots. He's still with the Patriots.
Yeah, with the Patriots. Mm-hmm.
And him, I mean, that's a talented family, man.
Yeah, man.
But it was like 18 months before he did anything, so shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. I hate to start off mine with a bad one, man, but Earl the Pearl passed it.
Oh, man. Hey, man, Earl the Pearl, one of my favorites. One of my favorites, man.
52 years old. Yeah. Passed away with a brain tumor. But if you know anything about the Syracuse, it was Pearl, man. It was all about the Pearl, man.
You know, when you got one of them dads who like a sports junkie.
Oh, man.
Who always just, man, dude.
Boy, that team that then, boy.
Oh, yeah. Pearl was that deal,
He
man.
put Bayham on the map, man.
Yeah.
He put Bayham on. Rest in peace to the homie, man. He played, he was drafted in the first round, 13th to the Nets. Played 3 seasons in the league. Played with the Nets and the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was like,
deuces.
I'm done.
Definitely.
I'm good. What you got, man?
Hey, man, the Charlotte Hornets head coach Steve Clifford says Michael Jordan and Patrick Ewing told him, man, start posting up Frank Kaminsky. And it paid off. They got to win in Game 3.
Big difference. You see, they started them, and everything changed on that.
Yeah, and it's amazing that, you know, Jordan being the owner, how he's just still connected like that, man, because he wants to win so bad that he like, I'm watching film, too. Yeah. Man, put Frank the Tank in. That's what we drafted him for.
Yeah. I can't never say this guy's name. I'm going to try it. Gennady Golovkin?
Triple G.
Triple G.
Just call him Triple G, dog. That's what everybody else do.
He defeated Dominique Wade this weekend in the second round knockout. It's time for this guy to step up, man. He wait for the big payday, man.
It's 22nd straight. Dude, it's nobody out there.
The one they want him to fight,
not going to happen.
Keeps running from him, Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
Alvarez keeps, I got something else to do.
Not going to happen, dude.
Alvarez be trying to get him, but he don't want to get none of that, so he kind of be dodging and ducking. So Triple G did it again this weekend. What you got, dog?
Hey, man, because I love hockey so much, the Chicago Blackhawks, they scored 5 unanswered goals to force a Game 7 over the St. Louis Blues, man. And then my boy Corey Crawford, he's in goal. 25 saves, man. Balling.
That's hockey, man. If you tell everybody this, you might not be a fan through the year, but if you get into these playoff time,
dude,
man.
The most intense playoffs going in sports
is banging.
Oh yeah,
is fights.
Hey man, people want that Stanley Cup.
And there's a lot of guys with beards out there who gonna lose some teeth before the end of the night, man.
Definitely.
But yo, man, I love Stanley Cup playoffs at this time of the year, man. I guess I'm just the bad guy today, but this weekend, man, another young guy, former Patriot, defensive lineman, passed this weekend. I can't find his name. Sorry.
Yeah, me and Prime were talking about this before the show.
Yeah, man, 29 years old.
29 years old, man. Got to watch what you put in your body, and you got to take care of your health, man. I'm going to say this one more time because my doctor is on my Facebook page, and I got to do a better job with it. Man, go to the doctor, man.
Find out, man.
Man, you don't want it to creep up on you.
Because it was what makes it even when you're playing at this level.
Yeah.
You're going to do what it takes to get back out there.
And that's the thing right there.
And then usually you got to be careful what you put in there, man.
That's the thing right there.
Because playing it is, it's just one of the things. Once you get out there, you don't want to lose it, man. So, hey, man, go ahead. What you got, Mason?
Man, Phil Jackson denies that the New York Knicks have interest in Luke Walton for their head coaching vacancy.
He do.
Yeah, he do, but he got to play it down. Now, man, Luke would be crazy to take that job.
Where would Luke go, though?
He's going to have some options, but you would be crazy to go take the New York Knicks job.
Nah, I know that.
I would just stay assistant to Golden State if the right opportunity didn't come about.
Yeah. Speaking of somebody who just got fired, I'm sorry, did I say that? Byron Scott just got fired as the Lakers head coach,
come on,
man.
come on, Lakers.
What did y'all give him?
Come on, Lakers. How y'all gonna fire a Laker legend?
I mean, y'all gave him a young twad with an old man.
The Kobe farewell tour is not his fault.
Yeah. He had no choice. You paid him $25 million. He had to pay the man. Trust me, Byron was sitting there like, we're going to win. I'm going to just do the Kobe tour real quick.
Hey, man, but the thing, it became so much about the Kobe tour. Like, how much coaching am I doing? I'm just rolling the ball like, hey, man, do what y'all do and make sure Kobe take 25
You know what he
shots.
did game 82? Just pass it to him.
This what y'all want.
He just don't even look.
Y'all have paid this guy $25 million for the last 3 years. He's been a shell of
Just keep
himself.
passing it to him.
But I still love that Kobe. Kobe!
Yeah. What you got, mate?
Hey, man, Todd Gurley and Keith Marshall, they surprised their former UGA offensive coordinator, Mike Bobo, at the Colorado State spring game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, to keep the UGA theme going, Phantom Batu. He was very impressive at the spring game. He transferred to Colorado State, and he will probably win the starting quarterback job.
Yeah, and what was funny, man, look, them two heavyweights going out there to visit, man. It's got to be good for old Colorado old coach out there.
Well, now, you know, Bobo called and said, hey,
I need a
it's
good look out here at Colorado
big
State.
recruiting weekend. I got some guys in. Hey, man, come get your IG popping and get some pictures with Gurley and Marshall, man.
Yeah, everything's a game, man.
Hey, man, get your Instagram, get your likes and your followers up, man, and sign with Colorado State while you're at it.
Hey, Maceo, your favorite guy, Trent Richardson, done lost 22 pounds.
That's not my favorite guy, but okay.
He's lost weight, man. He say, I'm ready for this thing this year.
But did his vision get better?
Hey, we ain't say all that.
He lost weight, but his vision get better.
We ain't never connect weight loss to vision.
Did his vision get better?
But maybe that's what we thinking. But he said he looked good, though, man. He lost 22
Well,
pounds.
I mean, his health has never been an issue.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not the issue. He's always been a specimen.
Makes him trying to make this positive for this young man.
Bump making it positive. Tell the truth.
I mean, he looked great right now.
Dude, his physique was never the problem.
He probably still can't cut on the dime, but he still...
I'm just saying, dude, if the play is like 23 bend back and he's still going 24...
Can you imagine it?
I mean, what does it matter?
He just hit the wrong hole faster now.
I don't get it, man.
What you got, man?
Hey, man, Josh Norman got that bread, man.
Yeah, he did.
$15 million per. And then to add insult to injury, because, Patrick Peterson put that, when they took the franchise tag off him, he sent the little tweet, these guys need Twitter fingers, man. It's like, know your worth. So, Josh Norman got back at him today, saying, I'm worth more than you.
Wow.
All of these are facts.
Wow.
Be careful when you press send.
When we get to the NFL, man, we're going to talk a little bit about this whole thing a little bit deeper,
About the Twitter fingers?
Not the Twitter fingers, but the Josh Norman theory.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
man.
talk about
He
that.
got broke off.
Yeah. The guy who passed, his name was Ron Brace. He was the guy at the time for the Patriots. He was 29 years old, former defensive lineman, man. Rest in peace to the homie. I guess I'm still the bearer of bad news, but one of the...
You must like to do that?
Yeah, it was a lot of deaths this weekend. China. Joan Lowry died this weekend. She was 45 years old. That's what killed me, man.
You're a wrestling fan?
Yeah, I do. And she was different. She was a big one, but she was different because she brought different things to the ring. And when I heard that, she had been going through a lot, man, after she left wrestling, man. It was some of that.
Exactly.
She went through a lot, and a lot of things went through, man. Before the passed, it was a big deal. WWE, like, all I know is when people die young in that league, they kind of look around like, okay, what was she taking?
Yeah, exactly.
They start getting a little nervous around that.
They know what these guys and gals are doing. Mm-hmm. Everybody should take a page out of The Rock.
Yeah.
His career.
Yep.
Get it while they're getting good.
Yeah, man.
And start trying to Allen Iverson that thing, man.
Trying to get up out of there.
Crossover.
Got one more before we go to break, man?
Yeah, man. Georgia Tech, they draw 9,000 fans to their blue and gold spring game, man.
Wait. How far is Athens? An hour away?
Athens is like an hour and 20 minutes.
They did 93,000.
They did 93,000.
You meant 90,000, right?
Georgia Tech, 9,000 people showed up for that.
You said 19,000.
9,000 people showed up. There were probably more people at the varsity than at Georgia Tech spring game.
Look, Georgia Tech, until you do right by us.
Hey, man, I wasn't going to bring that up. But, yeah, since you said it, yeah, man, hey, Paul Johnson is officially on the hot seat.
Yeah, man.
It's official.
9,000 in your hour and 20 minutes away, 93?
It's official, man.
You had a week to prepare?
More people at Crickets across the street than they were at the Georgia Tech.
Everybody getting a 20-piece.
The dream of the future, brought to reality by Sensation Station Network.
This is Bobby Yalla.
This is Judge Hatchet.
Lamar Batman Cares.
Yo, this is Teddy Parrish. This is Keon Carpenter, former Atlanta Falcon. You are tuned into The Crush on
Sensation Station Network.
We're back in the Crush Rundown, brought to you by Parish Capital. Macy, I'm trying to do something right now. So you got something real quick, man?
Oh, yeah, of course I got you, man. Carl Edwards, he bumped his teammate Kyle Busch on the final lap to win the Toyota Owners 400 in Richmond, Virginia.
Hey, man, it's all about winning, dog.
Yeah, man. Well, he said he felt bad that he bumped his teammate. He said he wished it had been anybody else but his teammate. But Edwards joins Busch and Jimmy Johnson as the only multi-winners this season on the Sprint Cup.
Yeah, hey, man. It's better to win and say, hey, dog, you all right? And to say, hey, I could have hit you, but I decided not to. Man,
yeah, I mean, and it helps that, you lead in points, too. So, I mean, hey.
Hey, Macy, you brought it up earlier. This is what I was trying to get to. Right now, let me go through the NHL playoffs. I know we don't do it a lot, but let's go through. Right now, Anaheim and Nashville are in a 3-2. Anaheim is leading. The Kings and the Sharks. The Sharks won that series 4-1. The Dallas Stars and the Minnesota Wild. The Dallas Stars won that one 4-2. We got in a 3-3 tie, the Blues and the Blackhawks. I'm sitting there, boy, that's always just like two teams that are always going to be in the playoffs.
All the time, bruh.
St. Louis and Chicago, man. The Penguins and the Rangers. The Penguins won that one 4-1. Got the Caps versus the Flyers. They won that 4-2. And you had the Tampa Bay Lightning. They beat the Red Wings. Wow. 4-1. Red Wings used to be a squad back in them days, man.
Yeah, man. I seen somebody put the crying Jordan meme in the middle of the Detroit Red Wing jersey.
Man, you know they made the Hulk crying Jordan.
Yeah, man. Dog, they made Steph Curry need the crying Jordan.
Hey, man.
I saw that and I almost died.
Florida Panthers, man, they won. They lost to the Islanders 4-2. So that's the playoffs right now, man. I'm telling y'all, if you want to see some physical fun right now, these Stanley Cup playoffs is where they're at, man. What you got, man?
Hey, man, Paul Millsap dropped 45 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 blocks.
You gonna bring this up right now?
In a losing effort. Yeah, man. I got to bring it up, man. But the interesting point about it was the first time we had a Hawk score 40-plus in a playoff game since Dominique is magnifique.
Say this to you, man. Welcome back, Paul. We missed you, man, because you played real well.
12 points in the last 2 games.
Yep. Oh, my God.
Yeah, trash can.
But you know what else? What happens? We look at it all the time, man. We say one thing. What T going to do, man? And Kyle, why keep Kyle out there, man?
Hey, man. Hey, you're giving away my release, man.
No, I'm sorry.
Cut it out.
I'm sorry. You brought it up, man, and you just got me a little upset right now. But what you got, man? What you got?
I just gave you that one.
Okay, that's right. See, I'm upset.
I got another one if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead and finish it up, man.
Okay, man. Let me give you back. Let me go back to this one right here, man. Jared Goff. Yeah, they say his laid-back nature, his work ethic, are the reasons that he's poised to become the #1 overall draft pick Thursday night.
Thursday night, man. It's gonna happen.
Hey, man. Gotta love it, man.
Yeah,
you know. West Coast kid, California love. Hey, why not?
Yeah, why not, dog? Do your thing, man. Hey, so real quick, man. We're going to still in this rundown, man. Some things that I want you to look out for. We're going to talk about the NBA in a little bit. Steph Curry, man. We talked about the knee and things like that. What's going on with that knee? Just to say it again, he's got a grade 1 sprain. Which means he's going to be out 2 weeks. They're going to go out.
Low side.
That's low side. Because when they come back and do another MRI, and that thing still ain't right.
Usually when they say 2 weeks, it's like 2 to 4.
Yeah, they just
but they want to tell y'all 2 because they really want y'all to stay tuned in to these. So it's 2 weeks. They got jerseys to sell.
Reevaluation.
No doubt. No doubt.
I just you always wonder about players coming back too early.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw that when he told it, when I heard that he ain't terrible, when I saw the knee, he was trying to overcompensate.
Yeah.
But one more thing, mate, before we leave the rundown, I want you to put respect on my Falcon name, man. That's all I want you to put respect on my Falcon name, man. You gonna respect my Falcons, man.
Are we going to break or are we going to break?
Hey, what's the difference? Hey, we'll be right back, man.
This is Bobby Otter from the Ohio State. I'm kicking it with the Crush on Sensation Station Network.
Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of our United States. Most people know him as a man of great wisdom and vision. What many don't realize, however, is that when it came to finding late-model sedans at government auctions, or even looking up a zip code, Mr. Lincoln's wisdom was sadly lacking. In fact, the citizens of that day knew it best not to even ask. Fortunately, now there's firstgov.gov, the official place to turn when you need information about federal, state, and local government. Whether it's how to get a student loan, renew your passport, or even apply for a small business loan. All three of which, as numerous historians have noted, were remarkably absent from Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. So go to firstgov.gov. Who knows? If Abe had it in his day, he could have checked out an auction and traded that drafty log cabin for a nice condo on Maui. Firstgov.gov, a monumental source of useful information.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it, and it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Really, Glaze? Really, Glaze? Really, Crush fans? This is the section of the show where we question the intelligence of our sports brethren. Oh, really? It's
Really?
that time of the year.
Really?
Really, Birdman? Oh, he's entertainment. He's entertainment.
Are we done or are we finished?
He just said, I guess, yeah, both.
Grand opening, grand closing.
We're going to tell really, man, we question the intelligence of some of our sports brethren and Birdman. Hey, man, say what you got, man. You want to start
Hey,
it off?
man, really, Coach Bud, you got a guy who has scored 45 points and who has been a flamethrower the entire game, and you draw up the last play for Jeff Teague? Really, Coach Bud?
He have a 45 point.
Really, Coach Bud? Jeff Teague, who had been ice cold most of the night, he hit those 2 threes, but what, do that really matter? Really, Coach Bud?
A name y'all probably haven't heard a lot of in the States, but really, Jermaine Marshall. You hear that story? In Greece, the guy Jermaine Marshall who played at Arizona State. So let me set this up for you. His team in Greece was up by 2 points. And the other team was on the free throw line. They missed the free throw. They team get the rebound. They run around. They wrap it around and throw it to Jermaine Marshall. And you know what Jermaine did, Maceo? What did he do? He shot it in the wrong goal.
He shot it in the wrong goal for the win.
No, he tied the game. And then they went to overtime and they lost, which was a playoff game. So really, Jermaine Marshall, you wouldn't know where you was at. You was just there trying to get a rebound. What you got, Mace?
Really, Jeff Teague. So we do put the ball in your hands, and you stand there, and you dribble out the clock, and we're assuming you're going to drive. You don't even get a shot off, Jeff Teague. Not at all. Really, Jeff Teague? Really, dude? Really, Jeff T.
I mean, that might be the ultimate really.
That's why I wanted you to take that money in Milwaukee anyway, man. Really, Jeff T.
I don't know where this really should go to, but really child support court? Brittany Griner is the daddy? She is the daddy, Mason?
Hey, man, you can't sign that, babe. Hey.
She is the daddy.
Bruh, do not be signing that paperwork, man.
Brittany Griner signed the paperwork saying that if Glory Johnson...
That's all on Brittany, man. That's Brittany's fault.
And said that if you had the baby with the man I want you to have with, I will sign off as the baby daddy. And she just got hit with child support.
Boy, that shout out to Brittany Griner, who need to go to more and be like, them ain't my kids.
And she would probably, but you signed the paper, Brittany.
Dude, do not sign over dog.
Now you and Sean Kim gonna be at the bar together talking about the same story.
But how you gonna be paying child support for some kids who not even yours? Like DNA can't even prove them your kids.
And they twins, so you got double payment.
Boy.
Really?
Hey, man, you can't sign that paperwork, man.
Really? You was all happy and now?
Can't sign that paperwork, dude.
You really a dude now. But anyway, what you got, Mason?
And this is like a future really.
Mm-hmm.
Really Atlanta Hawks. Control of this series. Up by 16. Give the game away.
Yeah.
And now game 5 is a must-win game.
Win this weekend? Win Sunday? Tuesday's a game over type scenario, but now...
Bruh, game 5 is must-win with these guys. With Kyle Korver. With Jeff Teague. Come on, man.
It's so hard being in Atlanta.
Come on, man. Dennis Schroeder. Really? Game 5 is must. If we lose, when we play tomorrow night? If we lose tomorrow night,
then he come back home.
We not.
Then he come back. It would not come back to Atlanta. It will not come back if we lose.
Really, Atlanta Hawks. I'm hurt.
Yeah,
I'm hurt.
There was a reporter, really to this guy. I still haven't had a chance to find his name, but he's sitting there talking to Draymond Green.
Draymond owned him.
He say, "Could you compare what you've done to the floods in Houston?"
Draymond owned him.
Draymond say, "First of all, what?" He said, "No, don't compare what I did to them. Shout out to the people in Houston. He made the man look bad, but they let anybody do these dang questions these days."
And you know it's crazy because we've been fortunate enough to sit in press conferences like that. You make yourself look real great. If you ask a crazy question, everybody in the room looks at you like, "Why does he have a media credential?"
And they should take it from him.
Yeah, and they probably did. He probably won't be back in a locker room.
Just get back.
Yeah, like, dude, hey, let us get that. Yeah. Hey, what's his name? And you can't outrun their radio.
No.
Make sure that John Smith, no more media credentials.
No, he got on that shirt.
Done.
I see him.
Escort him out.
When he steps in, don't ever let him back in.
He's done.
Whatever his media, just take it away from him.
Take it. Whoever he worked for.
Compare that to people died in that flood, man.
Hey, man.
And you ask a stupid question like that?
Listen, dude.
And you know what?
Listen, dude. Retarded.
Yeah, and y'all let him in there, though. He asked that question. To my last year you did. He said, "Man, I remember you. You asked me that same stupid thing in practice the other day. Man, what's wrong with you?"
He was really trying to land that. He was trying to really.
That was his moment.
He was trying to get that across, man.
Go ahead, man. Finish it. You got one more really against the Hawks, I think, right?
I do have one more.
Go ahead now.
But this is not really for the Hawks. This is really for Atlanta fans.
Yeah.
Really Atlanta fans. We gonna let Boston come down the hill. Hey, man, we got to make noise tomorrow night, man.
It better not sound like the Boston Garden tomorrow, man.
I mean, if anybody got a green jersey on, it's time to go ham on them and let them know.
But you wouldn't do that in Boston.
No, sir.
Come on, man.
No, sir. LeGarrette Blunt all on the floor, giving Boston Celtics high five. Dude, you don't even like the Celtics.
Like you a superstar, dude.
Dude, didn't nobody even recognize you. Only because I'm a sports junkie, I knew it was you. Everybody else in my house was like, "Man, who is that?" Like, he play for the Celtics? Like, nah, this is LeGarrette Blunt.
Hawks, y'all do know he's 5'9", right?
Who, LeGarrette Blunt?
No.
Oh, Isaiah.
Y'all know he's 5'9", right?
Dude, Jeff T. Why even hesitate, dog? They run at 4 down. Go to the basket, man.
With the dribbling out. I hate when they dribble out. Go and see if you miss it, you get a chance to rebound.
Dude, you might get fouled. You might can win the game from the free throw line, Jeff T.
I'm going to piggyback on Maceo. Really, Hawks, Falcons, Braves. Don't let the I'm going to say the Omni. Phillips bring it sound like Boston Garden tomorrow.
It's going to feel like the Omni. If it go to game.
It'll be empty up in there. 9,000 people. The tech crowd coming in over there to Phillips Arena.
Hey, man, Mike feels some kind of way about me talking about them 9,000 people at Georgia Tech, man.
Mike, you know it, real. Stay with us, man. We'll be right back.
You want to see who's in the network?
Don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day.
Follow us on Instagram at Sensation Station Network. We're the nation's urban station. Radio, not dumbed down.
You do your thing, all right? Don't be nervous, okay? It's easy.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
I say that to say this. If you wouldn't have did what you would have did, then we wouldn't have been where we was at to get what we got.
That just don't make no sense, dog.
It's The Crush on SSNATL.com.
Mom, Dad, guess what? Now you're always talking to me about not doing drugs like pot and ecstasy and cocaine, how they're dangerous and illegal. Well, you don't have to worry anymore. My friends and I have found a much better way to get high. And you'll be happy to know it's not even illegal. Nice, huh? Want to know what we're doing? All right, I'll tell you. We use cough medicine. Seriously, the stuff in the medicine cabinet. You didn't notice it was missing? Oh, well, I guess lucky for me then.
Last year, more than 2 million teens risked blackouts, seizures, even comas, intentionally abusing ordinary cough medicine, the kind in virtually every home in America. Never heard of it? Bet your kids have.
And it's got to be safe, because it's medicine, right?
When you talk to your kids about drugs, make sure you start with the ones in the medicine cabinet. Need help getting the conversation started? Go to drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Do you have student loans and are worried about making your payments? Stop worrying. Now, Direct Student Aid can help you if you are behind, if you are late, or even if you are in default on your student loans. We can help cut your payments fast. We provide student loan relief, getting you relief from your student loans right away. We will stop any harassing phone calls, stop any wage garnishments, and even remove any tax liens. No matter how much you owe or how far behind you are with payments, call our established Direct Student Aid toll-free assistance line right now. We can fix your student loan problems guaranteed. That's right. We guarantee we will get your student loan out of default and cut your payments right away. We have helped thousands of people just like you fix their student loans. Best of all, it's 100% guaranteed. Don't go another day with your loans behind or in default. Our specialists are waiting for your call. Call 866-855-6516. That's 866-855-6516. Again, call 866-855-6516. That's 866-855-6516.
Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com, and let Truisms help you to the next level.
I'm so damn glad we wasn't on Facebook Live when you said that. Really? Yeah, really. Boy. We're going to the NFL right now. Oh, that'll be ugly, man. Boy, I'm glad that Facebook Live was down. Thank God for that. Wow. All right, man, we're going to talk about the NFL right now. We got a couple things we want to talk about. Before we get into the draft, myself, I want to talk about the Josh Norman deal for a minute.
Okay.
Couple of things. I want to tell you one thing about my homeboy Maceo, man. He the one that keeps the Facebook page up. He gave us every minute of that dang thing going on. He was like, don't look like he going back to Carolina. Look like he signed up with Washington. You say, he's in Washington. I'm like,
yeah, had the trucks pulling up and everything.
I don't think he leave. I mean, everything he was putting out there.
They're not going to let that guy out the building, man.
5 years, $75 million, which is a good grip. Good,
boy.
Thank you.
51 guaranteed.
That's the money y'all got to understand.
That's the money you got to understand.
The 75 look good.
That's just on paper.
But to get 51, which is the majority of that money guaranteed,
yeah, man,
is a good thing. Give your opinion, what you thought about the whole deal and what's going on, man.
I knew he was going to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, just simply because the market, you can't do anything about the market. The market says for a top corner, it's going to be $15 million.
He's going to get 16 for the franchise tag. So
he's going to get 13 for the franchise.
Okay,
13.4. But he still was getting understand this, everybody. Josh Norman made almost $2 million last year.
Almost $2 million.
He got basically a $12 million raise. Now, I don't know about what go on at your job. If you get a $12 million raise, you winning.
I don't even want to talk about the percentage of that. That's a lot of percentages.
Yeah, man.
I think we got a phone.
Got a caller right quick. Hey, caller, what's your question on?
Hey, this is Atwell.
Atwell, what's up, baby?
Atwell.
Nothing much. Hey. With that being said, I just saw you talk about the Michael Norman deal.
Yes.
Believe it or not, upstairs, Washington finally got it right. If you want to get technical about it, it's really only a 2-year deal.
Of course.
I posted that several. If you want to get the language right.
Mm-hmm.
That 51 guaranteed or whatever like that, they can prorate that, but after a year or two, Washington can walk away with the $36 million they give him to sign his name.
No doubt. That's the beauty of the NFL contracts. I try to tell people all the time, don't look at the numbers that are written on the paper.
Yeah, that's awful.
Look at the guarantee.
Well, with that being said, sir, I don't want to cut you short, but with that, nobody is paying that kind of money for a 29-year-old cornerback.
Well, of course not, but, I mean, he got it. He got it.
It's foolish. The cap only grew, last year it grew $13 million. This year it only grew $7 million.
Yeah. But see, they know that TV money coming down the pike at Will. And Atwell, we appreciate you calling.
No, I need a quick 30 seconds, though. I'm going to say this much right now.
Hurry up.
Sam Bradford will be in Denver. Watch.
We got to talk about that. That's a good one. We'll talk about it real
appreciate
quick.
Appreciate that, Atwell, but he's not going to. God bless you, Atwell. Hey, man, the number Atwell call was 678-613-5857.
And what Atwell's talking about, Bradford is not happy in Philly now because you see them move up to get the number 2 pick.
And you don't move up that high to take a running back or a DN, everybody. You move up because you believe that the guy that you're going to take is going to be the franchise quarterback.
So now Bradford is asking to be traded.
Not going to Denver.
You don't think Denver?
Not going to Denver. He don't fit what they do. In Denver, they want a quarterback who can boot. Sam Bradford is a catch and throw 3-step quarterback.
Because right now they don't have. They still were trying to get Colin.
They want an athlete. Sam Bradford's not an athlete. Morris Sanchez is more athletic than Sam Bradford.
What do he end up in the Jets then?
Could be.
It's writing on the wall. They don't like what they got at quarterback. They made the moves to get the number 2 pick, so they're going to get them a guy. I understand wanting to be traded.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not gonna be the guy, he's always been the guy.
Let's talk about Josh Norman before we go back. We talking about that. A couple of things that was interesting to me is that he's 29 years old.
Yeah, but the market says that a corner of his caliber, that's what you pay him.
Let's always do what we do our thing. We like when players get their money. Get your paper, dog.
Hey, man, you can't be mad at him. It's like I used to tell everybody about Joe Johnson. The market said Joe Johnson worth $18 million. Like,
I ain't got to bring that up, man.
I mean, just saying, like if you get a raise at your job, you're not going to go back in there and, because everybody in the office talking, man, Glaze ain't worth that raise. What you going to go in there, man? Hey, man.
I ain't going to get it back.
I don't make enough plays, man. I don't deserve that money.
So when you look at it like this, though, he's got the big contract coming through. He's playing. Does Washington win with this deal?
They've never won with this deal.
Because I'm looking at their big deals.
They've never won with this deal.
Sean.
They've given plenty of guys this kind of money.
What's the big defensive lineman at
Albert Hainsworth?
Albert Hainsworth.
There's no because now the scrutiny is on. Now the spotlight is on you.
Yeah.
Every time you get beat, they're gonna bring up your contract.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time you drop an interception, they're gonna bring up
let's
what
be
you
real
paid.
about it. As much as we thought with you and now with 2, you got 2 studs you got to go against. Odell twice.
You got to see Odell twice. You got to see Dez twice.
You got to see Dez twice.
And see now, it's not a Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis. It's not a Charles Johnson, because the front seven make the back four phenomenal.
Yeah. If you make the quarterback give it up quicker, your job is a lot easier.
Your job is a lot easier, man.
But if you ain't got no pressure on the QB, you're going to have to work out there a little bit.
Dude.
That route can go a yard deeper now.
Dude, listen, man.
You get 2 extra seconds.
Because people have to understand this. He was never really like a man-to-man. They played a lot of cover, too. He played one side of the field. He jumped routes because he knew the ball had to come out fast. When Charles Johnson and Star Tuliole, all them, when they were bringing that havoc up front, dude, hey, man.
We can't wait to see what's up, man. We come back, man. We're going to still stick with the NFL. We're going to talk about real quick. We ain't going to go over the whole draft. I'll post that later. We're going to talk about some of these draft picks coming up, guys.
I got my top 10. You told me to do my top 10.
That's it. Some of them now. I don't know.
Okay.
It's
I'm
31
about to say,
picks.
man, look, man, I did a lot of work, man.
We're going to talk about it when we come back, man. Stay with us. It's The Crush.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And at the end of the day, the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. So United Way is asking you to make a pledge. Tutor a child who needs help. Mentor a kid who needs someone on their side. Volunteer to read to children. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Be a reader, tutor or mentor. Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Take the pledge now at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of our United States. Most people know him as a man of great wisdom and vision. What many don't realize, however, is that when it came to finding late-model sedans at government auctions, or even looking up a zip code, Mr. Lincoln's wisdom was sadly lacking. In fact, the citizens of that day knew it best not to even ask. Fortunately, now there's firstgov.gov, the official place to turn when you need information about federal, state, and local government. Whether it's how to get a student loan, renew your passport, or even apply for a small business loan. All three of which, as numerous historians have noted, were remarkably absent from Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. So go to firstgov.gov. Who knows? If Abe had it in his day, he could have checked out an auction and traded that drafty log cabin for a nice condo on Maui. Firstgov.gov, a monumental source of useful information.
My mother grew up with Prince, and I remember seeing him outside of a club one night, and he rolled down his window, and I proceeded to be like, hey, and I started to tell him, I know exactly who you are. He was like, you're Tony's son. And I was like, I'm like, yeah, one day I want to work with you. He was like, as long as it's without them. And I said, who? And he looked at me, he said, the labels, and rolled up the window and drove off. That's when he was beefing with his label, had a little slave on his face.
We're back, man. That clip that we're playing is when we had RL, that's Tony's son, in here. He told us about the time he met Prince. And Prince rolled down the window and had slave on his face and all that.
All I ever wanted to
said, we can work together, but without them.
I want to be your lover.
Who is them? The radio people.
The labels.
The labels. Hey, man, we're back. Ratio, it's time. She just cut me off. No, we went to commercial that quick.
My mic sounds nice.
We're coming back, man. Going to some draft this Thursday, man. Hey, man, can't wait. NFL know how to make money. Making this like an event for a Thursday, boy.
3-day event, baby.
And what makes it funny is they always interrupt basketball season. It's a 365 of the NBA now, man.
Yeah.
So we're going to do our top 10 real quick, guys. And just know, How many trades you think gonna be this year in the top 10?
I think we've seen them all.
You think we're dealing with the top 10?
I think we've seen them all. I think the only thing that may happen, like Colin Kaepernick may get traded on draft day
to get up in there.
Yeah, maybe, but I think everybody else, because they've dangled out that third pick.
Yeah, and that's what I'm just interested, man, because there's some good players in the league coming out.
Yeah,
it'd be some trades. So let's go through them real quick. Right now, St. Louis got the first pick. Who you liking at number 1, man?
Man, number 1, man, for the Rams, I took Jared Goff, man, West Coast guy, played at Cal.
Yep.
Built-in fan base, and he can hand the ball off to Todd Gurley, so you're not asking him to do a whole lot when he comes in.
I am showing my age. I'm not ready to change yet. I put St. Louis there. It's Los Angeles.
It's the L.A. Rams, baby.
And it's in Cal, like you say, 6'4", 215 quarterback out of Cal. I see him going there, too. Philly Eagles got number 2. Who you liking?
Number 2, of course, they traded up, so they're going to get the other guy, Carson Wentz. Hey, man, I saw this today. They're comparing Wentz to Steve McNair.
Wow. Small school, big production. 6'5", 237 out of North Dakota State. I agree with you. You don't make a trade like that to go up for, no offense, Tunsil, but you don't do that for a Tunsil. But you're going to get the quarterback, the first 2 quarterbacks gone. So, who you got at number 3, man?
Okay, so number 3, the San Diego Chargers, man. They got to protect the backside, man. Yeah. So I got them going Laramie Tunsil, the big kid from Ole Miss. Once you get your left tackle, man, your left tackle can hold you down for 10 years, about a decade.
They haven't had one in a while since the kid from Auburn was there. Yeah, I got Tunsil going there, too, 6'5", 310, offensive tackle out of Ole Miss. Helped that left side really well. Okay. Do we got a drum roll, Sky?
I beat on the desk.
They would beat on the desk. Going to number 4 pick, the Dallas Cowboys.
America's team. How about them Cowboys, man?
They select
Jalen Ramsey from FSU, man, the best athlete in the draft. Hopefully he won't be what Morris Claiborne was. Because we thought Morris Claiborne was going to be that guy.
Now, I have Jalen going as well. But I won't be surprised, and I know you don't want to hear this.
I won't be surprised either.
If Bosa goes.
I won't be surprised, but it's
because of Hardy's problems. They put Bosa there and do that. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. But I like Jalen's the best athlete in the
league. Yeah, without a doubt.
So I mean,
yeah, without a doubt.
And I'm just saying. But you brought up a different name, Claiborne.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, Claiborne was supposed to be that guy. Thorpe winner, all that, and yeah, man.
So it wouldn't surprise us if Bosa go there, but.
No, it won't surprise at all. Won't surprise at all. But the thing when those guys traded up, I was like, well, he will be there for us.
6'1" corner.
Hey man,
you need that
a dog, man.
And then you gotta look at who you in the league with. You got
to get somebody for Odell. Baby.
Odell, man.
Get somebody for Odell.
Going to number 5 pick, we got Jacksonville Jaguars.
So right here, that's why I took Joey Bosa.
I agree with you.
Best DM prospect. They're not sure how Fowler's gonna come back from surgery, that first round pick last year, who blew his knee out the first day of OTAs.
Yeah. You know what I never did they? Because OTAs you ain't really signed nothing yet. Did they? How did that?
Well, they guaranteed his contract.
Okay.
Yeah, they paid him. Okay. So it worked out for him.
All right, number 6, Baltimore. I'm with you with Bosa at 5.
So right here at the Baltimore Ravens, man, and this is what's funny about this one here. Usually when they draft right here in this spot, they've done very well because they got Ogden at this spot, Bulwell, Starks, McAllister, Jamal Lewis, and Terrell Suggs. So I honestly know what he's doing right here. I got him taking DeForest Buckner, the DN for Oregon.
The thing about I like this kid size, 6'7", 291.
Oh yeah.
They 6'7", 291 playing in. Suggs is winding down. You love defense in Baltimore.
They love defense in Baltimore.
And this kid's, I mean, they gave a few weaknesses, about sometimes his motor not being there, his strength.
Yeah.
But 6'7", 291, he needs to replace.
He'll get to be with Suggs, and Suggs can teach him how to play the game properly.
And he gives him something, so I can see the forest there.
Yeah.
San Francisco at number 7, I'm sorry.
Hey, man, 7 right here. I got them taking Vernon Hargraves.
Okay.
The corner from Florida,
Florida.
Playmaker. They need a corner. He will be an immediate starter day one in San Francisco.
I went a little different. It's the first one we different on. I got Ronnie Staley, the big tackle out of Notre Dame.
I thought about him.
It's just a little different for him. I don't know what they're going to do at the quarterback position, but whoever they bring need to help. Whoever.
I need to protect whoever we got back there.
I don't know what we're going to have, but I went a little different with that one. Real quick, number 8 before we go for the break.
Right here, man, I took Ezekiel Elliott. Homeboy. Hey.
Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland. Ooh. RG3 needs a running game. Ooh. He's an Ohio kid from Ohio State. Ooh. Hey, man, he instant sell tickets, man.
I'm taking it this one real quick before we go to break. The question mark, but one of the second best athlete I say in the draft, Miles Jack.
Wow.
I looked over a lot of things, and they talking about the injury, his knee and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Miles is a dog, though, still.
Miles is that dude, man.
You might not have a 4 or 5 years, but he would fit the dog pound to help him out on defense a little bit.
Yeah.
But I really like Ezekiel, too, though.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Homeboy right now.
I really like Ezekiel. But I take a quick break, man. We're going to finish up with 9 and 10. Then I'm going to get my number 17 pick.
I can't wait to hear that.
Stay with us.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician. This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really? He had no idea just how many. I can't believe it. This one looks good. Peter's thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner? See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? You know, travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
You want to see who's in the network?
Don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day.
Follow us on Instagram at Sensation Station Network. We're the nation's urban station. Radio, not dumbed down.
Oh, my God. Make sure. If y'all on Periscope now, you get to see the dance go down. Cause that's all you can think about it. That movie.
That's all. Hey, man, listen.
When he do this song, man.
The best part of the movie right there, man. Look, me and Nikki on Twitter the other day, we going back and forth with the Purple Rain lines.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
I hate to say it ain't a funny line, but it was two things that always me when we was young. When Daddy hits Prince, and he do that 360 in the middle of the floor. And then when Prince hit Apollonia, and she do the same thing, and I was like, man, my cousin was like, why did everybody got to do 360 when they get hit, man? They all spinning and stuff.
Prince such a lightweight. His daddy threw him through the dining room and through the kitchen. How you trying to go break up a fight, Prince? You 105. Man, he threw Prince. He threw Prince through the kitchen.
Somebody had me laughing to my. He done told her to go in the wrong lake. That's not Lake Minnetonka. She jumping all in there.
Hey, man. Great.
Oh, that Purple Rain, boy.
Great movie, man.
I was about, 10 years old, so I really wasn't supposed to watch it because rated R.
I got taken to the movies to see it.
Yeah, I saw that thing, boy. Changed my life.
And, oh, man. But my dad had told a funny story the other day because, he bought me the Purple Rain cassette.
Yeah.
And that Dollar Nicky was blasting out my room one day, and, he being Prince, my dad said, "Oh, hold on. What is that?" Hey, dude, you bought me that tape, man. I don't know. I'm just singing the words. I don't know what none of that stuff mean.
He saw that beautiful ones that had Apollonia crying.
Oh, what? God. Then he did Dollar Nicky. He ran her slap out First Avenue like. Jeez, did you have to chronicle all of that?
Love that movie, man.
Excellent movie, man.
Rest in peace, Experience, man. Now let's go to our number 9 and 10 picks real quick, man. So you got number 9, man.
Right here at number 9, man. I got Andre Billings from Baylor, man. Big athletic body.
Big boy.
To team with Gerald McCoy. Yep. And just keep building that defense down there.
I went with them. I went Vernon, man. I went Vernon Hargraves right there. I got a floor.
That boy.
Help him out with Julio, do some things like that.
I didn't think about that.
And then help out with Cam Newton, the cornerback over there. So,
yeah.
Because what you call to be back this year?
Yeah,
Benjamin.
Big Benjamin.
Yeah,
So. Big receivers out there, man.
What you got at 10 for the Giants?
Now,
man?
right here at 10, man, this is why I took Miles Jack.
Okay.
You know, last time the Giants drafted the linebacker in the first round, Carl Banks, 1984.
I was kind of in between right now. I went with the tackle out of Michigan State, Jack Conkin. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is where the Georgia boy go, Leonard Floyd.
Leonard Floyd.
Because I agree with you. They need some help on that linebacker line. So I can see Leonard Floyd going here. So, real quick, man, number 17, I'll go ahead and start it because I know Maceo got something for us. I got the Atlanta Falcons getting Darren Lee out of Ohio State. Even though Reggie will be there, I got a feeling they're going to go athlete first and over Darren. So, who you got him taking, man?
I got y'all taking Laquan Treadwell.
The receiver.
Makes sense. Dude, big body guy to team with Julio.
I hope you're wrong, but I can see it happening.
Dude, listen, that really, because the way I had my mock kind of, Darren Lee going to the Miami Dolphins. He not gonna be there at 17. So when you start, like in my mock, when you talk about best available, hey, man, Laquan Treadwell sitting right there, man. Big body guy, man. Dog, that would. Do you know how sweet that would be?
It'd be crazy
in a bunch set with
them two big
Julio, Treadwell, and whoever else y'all gonna put out there. Matt Ryan need another big target. People gonna triple team Julio next year.
They gonna have to. Yeah, man.
They gonna triple team Julio.
I hope you're wrong, but you could be right, man. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com, and let Truisms help you to the next level.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
This is Amar Batman Carroll. You listen to The Crush, the only sports radio show that they're going to keep it real in the A on Sensation Station Network.
Oh, man. I love doing this right now. I get to say it with my chest, man. This week, man, I'm going to focus on something that I saw. Man, if you stayed around in Georgia this week, you happen to see a lot of beautiful prom pictures out there today. A lot of people out there styling and profiling, taking a beautiful photos, especially about my girl Nikki over there. She took a lot of beautiful ones. But it's prom season, and what it made me think about Maceo was one thing, man. Early enrollment. What's the hurry, guys? I kept looking at it like, and everybody was talking about how great this kid from Georgia was. He enrolled early in spring. These kids only get one time to be seniors.
They do.
Prom season. Graduating, meeting your people. Everybody, hey, what's the purpose of enrolling? Because you going to tell me that Nigel Warrior won't start at Tennessee next year? Right. And he had early enroll for that. Nigel will be playing next year. I saw pictures of him. He had a fresh tux on with his boys taking pictures, and he will still be playing at Tennessee next year.
Will he?
So I don't get early enrollment, man. I don't see what it's for. All you're doing is you're getting these kids to be older and faster than they need to be, and I don't really care for that. I don't like that. Jordan, you don't get this time. No other. This is it for you.
You don't.
You don't get your senior prom. You don't get your senior dances. You don't get your graduating with your boy that you grew up with in high school. This is it. Instead, you're on campus running spring practice and can't be getting touched.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Which is an additional 4 months of getting your body beat up.
And taking classes.
And
you're taking real classes now.
Your senior year, Maceo, how was that last semester?
Boy, ball till you fall, baby.
It was fun. The classes were easier. Everybody was chilling.
Bruh, I think I was done like after second period. I think my final report card, like one class, I missed like 67 days.
So to everybody who out here listening, man, I understand that everybody want to get that leg up. Trust me, I get it. But for what? You get to get beat up. You get college coaches screaming in your ear. You get taking college courses early than you want to.
A lot of y'all not ready for that.
Enjoy this, man. You only get to be 17, 18 once.
Yeah.
And it's over with after that. Once you leave that old high school, ain't no coming back.
Nah.
Ain't no more coming back.
Once you turn that tassel to the other side, you done.
And your senior party you get to miss. All of that, man. I was just looking at and it just hit me, man. I'm looking at these cats. Some of the cats we talked to, I'm looking at them like, man, he enjoying this.
Yeah.
And then I get to see these kids up there. Well, we enrolled early. For what? You in football. Nobody cares.
Yeah, man. But you know, Glaze, excellent points, man. Excellent points. But for quarterbacks, I think it's almost vital.
You think?
Ones that you think if you competing for the job, like a Jacob Eason, you can understand kind of why he showed. You can kind of understand it, but I get it. Like me, bruh, playbook gonna be that. He gonna be that in June when I get
June
there.
starts. I can come and get the play.
I'm gonna do those.
And I look at Jacob Eason. The reason why I brought it was because of Jacob Eason. And he had a great spring, but what did we really learn?
Nothing.
He didn't get hit. He didn't get touched.
He can't get hit.
It was a 7-on-7 drill.
Yeah, I mean it's designed for him to have success. best believe week 1 North Carolina. Bullets gonna be flying. Yeah. And if he's the starter, bruh, they bring in coners, they bring in some water boys.
And I promise you, he won't know more then than he did now because you ain't seen nothing yet.
You can come in June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can roll. I see summer.
Yeah,
like you're saying, you roll in the summer.
You know, because that's usually when most of the freshmen. That's when they report.
Yeah,
man, take May off.
Just have because it needs the time for you need to just free your mind and enjoy your life for a minute.
And like you said, a lot of these kids at this elite level, those guys who enroll early, dude, you played in the Under Armour All-American game, the Army All-American game.
You played all the time.
You know,
how many 7-on-7s they probably played in?
And that's the thing, man. Just unplug from football.
Just chill for a minute. And I was looking at that, and the reason why I brought up, looking at the prom, like, they're going to nod you right there. He ain't going to play for Tennessee next year?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He's playing next year.
He will be on the field.
I think it's overrated to enroll early. I know it's been done. Look, I know I'm late to the party. It's been done a lot. But I just think if you got a chance to enjoy your life, enjoy it, man. Because trust me, Georgia ain't going nowhere. Those schools ain't going nowhere. Unless you just really hate your hometown.
And I'm going to say, like, outside of quarterback, if I'm a DB, I'm a receiver, man, ain't no way in the heck. I'm enrolling early. Boy, stop.
Oh, man, I'm doing my prom.
Yeah, I'm going to the prom because 4-5 wide receivers play.
Yeah.
And 5-6 DBs play.
Yeah.
Bruh, that playbook going to be the same in June when I get there.
And I don't know. I would love to see the numbers of the guys who go in early. Their playing time, do they go to the league earlier, and what's the numbers that do it for them?
They don't.
Because it's just like you spending that time being now a college kid when you still have at least 5-6 months.
And the thing about it, you can, like, recharge your batteries, refresh your mind. Because, like I said, when you talking about, like, these elite level kids, some won states, some didn't.
Yeah.
And dog, that's hard to get over.
And I can run some track if I wanted to, and give some, do some other sports.
Dude, I can spend extra time because, like you were saying, what they don't understand, when this time is over, dog, this is a lot of these guys. See, they don't realize a lot of these guys that you played ball with in high school. Some of y'all you gonna have a bond, but for the most part, you're not gonna see a lot of these cats ever again.
You'll walk on people 20 years later, like, hey man, what you been up to?
Like, hey man, remember from school? No, not really.
So, hey, man, I understand you make your decisions, but from us, and, like Maceo said, our only position maybe quarterback. And
that's it.
Everybody else, enjoy this time, man. You ain't never getting this back again.
Bro, cover two is not changing.
All right.
Cover 3 is not changing.
Yeah, and it's going to be the same, and they're going to hit you the same when you get up there.
You at running back, the 2 and 4 hole, they're going to still be 2 and 4 hole.
Hey, man, that's me getting it off my chest, man. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Teddy Parrish, and you're listening to The Crush on SSN ATL Comcast.com.
Did you know that Lions Clubs International has been collecting used eyeglasses for years? Lions members take the donated glasses, classify them by prescription, and redistribute them to needy people all over the world. Each year, over 1 million pairs of eyeglasses are given to those who may not be able to afford proper eye care. Take a look around your house. I'm sure you'll find at least one pair of glasses that no longer fits your prescription. Someone, somewhere, can use those glasses. Lions Clubs everywhere urge you to take the time to find your old glasses and then take them to the convenient drop-off sites in your community. This message brought to you by Lions Clubs International.
Mom, Dad, guess what? Now how you're always talking to me about not doing drugs like pot and ecstasy and cocaine, how they're dangerous and illegal. Well, you don't have to worry anymore. My friends and I have found a much better way to get high. And you'll be happy to know it's not even illegal. Nice, huh? Want to know what we're doing? All right, I'll tell you. We use cough medicine. Seriously, the stuff in the medicine cabinet. You didn't notice it was missing? Oh, well, I guess lucky for me then.
Last year, more than 2 million teens risked blackouts, seizures, even comas, intentionally abusing ordinary cough medicine, the kind in virtually every home in America. Never heard of it? Bet your kids have.
And it's got to be safe, because it's medicine, right?
When you talk to your kids about drugs, make sure you start with the ones in the medicine cabinet. Need help getting the conversation started? Go to drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
We're going into that Crush recap brought to you by Blunt Power. With Blunt Power, 3 sprays last for days. You can find out more about Blunt Power at their website, bluntpower.com, or go to their Facebook page, Blunt Power, and or their Twitter page at Blunt Power. We're going to the Crush recap. It was a good show, man.
Hey, man, great show today, man.
Shout out to our guest, man, the VP, Alex Horowitz.
Yeah, he like how I hit that name first.
Yeah, you hit it strong, boy.
Yeah, man. I told you, man, I was something like a nerd, man.
Yeah, man. What I did like, though, we had Anthony Smith, Julius Williams, and Brandon Lang in here. 2 of the guys were undrafted. One was a 3rd-round draft pick. Good to hear about those stories, man.
But they all say the same thing, man, and I hope kids really be listening to that, man. Though, ain't how you start, it's how you finish, man.
Yeah. When we had Randolph in, I said, I don't care where he go. He could be a free agent or he can go in the draft. He fine.
And you see Brandon Lane to end up in San Diego. Boy, if you've never been to San Diego, everybody, man, please hurry up and book you a trip out there. You would never want to leave. It's probably what paradise looked like.
It do. My wife went out there, she was like, oh my God,
bruh,
you could afford it out here,
bro. It's 76 every day. Every day.
Just a little hate.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even, that's what I'm saying. It's not like a hot 76. It's like
no, boy. It's right off the ocean, man. You ride that, boy. Don't get me started.
That might be, you can go out there and hang out for a little bit. NFL draft is Thursday. We went through our top 10. Maceo said the Cowboys getting a cornerback.
Got to get Jalen Ramsey, baby. I got to have him.
Falcons, I'm thinking getting a linebacker. Maceo said, hey, interesting guy. Treadwell, receiver.
Man, Treadwell would look good in that Falcon uniform, man.
We'll see, man. We got 9 GMs, so we'll see what they do.
Hey, man, somebody like him.
Josh Norman signed a big contract, 5 years, $75 million.
Don't make me break y'all some.
What do you think that does for Carolina? We haven't jumped into that one yet.
It obviously changed the draft board. They got a little corner now.
Did you have him? Who did you have? I don't know if somebody fall down that far enough for him, though.
Well, in the first round, I had them taking a defensive end or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got them taking defensive end in my mock.
Yeah, I got them going pretty far. I got an end, too.
And you got to think they draft freaking 31st. You know, they
right there, you're looking for best available at that point.
But whoever's a baller.
Yeah, we need a baller right there. But I don't know if it hurt Carolina. I think they still got their core in there.
Yeah,
their front seven's still strong.
Dude, they're going to play cover 2. They just need to get a dependable guy who, hey, man, you're going to sit in the flats.
Yeah, somebody who can come up and strong. And you get a young guy to do that and do that. You get a second, third round and do that.
Yeah, for cheaper than 13 league.
Yeah, and you get to put that money in other places. David. Yeah, so Josh, number do this thing. NBA playoffs is still going. We're going to jump into that a little bit more tomorrow. But we did talk about Steph Curry being out, quote unquote, 2 weeks until the next MRI.
Low side.
But you think that they can't beat them without him, the Clippers without him? Huh?
Yeah, I just think the Clippers will be. It changed the dynamic now.
I have to give you props on one thing, and I didn't think about this. What's the other the other Splash Brother name?
Yeah, the light skin.
Yeah,
light bright,
super light.
Yeah.
Can he handle the pressure of being the number one guy now?
And that's what we got to find out.
Because that's what it is now. Steph's out. You're the number one guy now.
Now the defensive focus is all on you.
Because Steph took that pressure off of him, too. Klay Thompson. Damn, sure.
Yeah.
Mark. So now you're number one. And now when teams go into – and if you're the Clippers, Steph ain't here. You got to take him out.
And you're not coming off the bench. Dude, you're not dressed. You're somewhere rehabbing. Yeah. And when I know you're not going to play, dude, again, the whole defensive strategy changes now.
Does Draymond play a bigger role, you think?
He has to.
All of them do, actually.
You know, you got to think with because what a defensive what they'll do is be like, you know what, we'll let Draymond get 40 if you want to, because if you get 40, that means you're shooting and not Klay. Klay is the high percentage shooter. I can live with Draymond shooting every night. I can't live with Klay shooting every night.
I expect to see they're gonna have to put a big game. AI gonna have the other AI gonna have to have a big game.
Yeah.
We talked about Barnes a little bit. What he's gonna have to do.
You're talking about 29 points that you can write down that's not going to be in your offense.
Who can, and like you say, he steps across half court. We have to make a decision right now.
You better pick him up.
We have to make a decision pull right now. And it's different. And Klay, you number one now. You the guy.
You the guy, Klay. You're the guy.
Unfortunately, our Hawks are in a 2-2 tie.
We have to win tomorrow night. It's a must-win game.
You went from a chance to go up 3-1 to now a must-win on Tuesday.
It's crazy.
A must freaking win.
It's crazy.
Hey, man, ATL show up tomorrow, man. Get the boys some love. Millsap 45. You can't say nothing wrong with that, man.
He gave it his all, man. He was trending on Twitter. Trending.
Now we got a must win.
No, it's unbelievable.
We talked about the Comcast thing that we're doing this weekend with Comcast and NFLPA and a whole bunch of other people, man. You hear the series all the time, Ben Hill, Ben Real. Well, it's about to be real this weekend.
Yeah, man. Come out in the neighborhood, man. This is, people always talk about giving back. And people always talk about, let's do something for the, hey, man, here's your opportunity, man.
8:30, so get your butt up.
Beat us there.
Comcast in the community.
Who bringing Miss Winters?
Yeah, it's going to be some biscuits.
Somebody bring Miss Winters.
Now, we do that, the whole neighborhood will come out there.
Somebody bring Miss Winters.
So it should be good, man. Get to hang around some NFL players. Get to hang out with the Crush, man.
Yeah, man. Come get your Instagram popping.
Yeah, man. We'll be out there hanging out with them.
Yeah, man.
We talked about Really's, man.
The Hawks. Jeff Teague. Yeah, man, whatever.
Big shout out to the dude out there in Greece. He did his thing. Lost the game, man. Tomorrow's show, we expect another big show. We got some Atlanta Falcon people coming up in here tomorrow.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium will be in the building.
Yes, sir. And then we got Coach Carter coming in as well.
Mm-hmm.
Having a good show tomorrow. Let me first thank all our sponsors, man. Shout out to Urban Results, Parish Capital, Kevin Dancy, Blunt Power, the Phoenix Foundation, Leadership Foundation, and the Committee Connect, Dewan Mooley, Robinson, Fulton County Superior Court.
We're going to be at Tom, Dick, and Hank this week for Mooley. Let's get it.
Should be a bunch of fun, man. So, hey, man, Thanks for the show, people. It's been great. Thanks to all the people that came on. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Mace. You. We'll see you guys in 22 hours. See you. Hang with us. It's the Crush. Peace. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
And I'm so dumb. Man, I could have been done with this paper. I'll be through with it in a few